Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Anything for my princess.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hey, welcome to Big Bang Cinema. My name is Isaac Clappy Dappy Anderson.
I'm Tyler.
Who's that?
That's oh.
Keep going. We're not going to stop the beat. Keep going.
I'm Chris. You may recognize my voice from Game On every Thursday from 1 to 2 on 89.1 FM. Your source for game music, news, reviews, and remixes.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, this is a movie show. We talk about movie news
Movie reviews.
and everything in between. Without any further ado, what are we going to do?
All right. First
Oh,
word.
come on. You quit. You can't just quit the beat like that.
Well, I was going to do like modern.
But he just
modern.
did.
Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't make it right, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like your whole Sugar Hill gang going on over there, but we the first thing we're gonna talk about is the Toy Story 4 trailer has been released. The unnecessary sequel and the whole modern. Well, I guess like today we're real used to seeing unnecessary sequels.
Yeah, but so this
Here's
is like an
another
every
one.
week kind of thing. Kind of thing going on with it. I mean, I don't really get it why we need a Toy Story 4, but
Actually, let's put the theme of our movie reviews today is called unnecessary sequels and prequels.
that's basically the whole series of the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toy Story 4. Big reason. What do you think it's going to be about?
It's gonna be about some toys who come to life for a little girl. The song's about.
That sounds really
Toy
creepy, by the way.
Story. Do. The song's about Toy Story.
Okay. In case you don't know, Toy Story 3 ended with Andy, the protagonist, aka of the movie. He winds up giving his toys to a young girl that needs them because he's going away to college, and it ends with them kind of waving bye to Andy and them going on with their new life with the little girl.
Yeah, but-
Great ending. Why do you need to do this more? You know?
I mean, because you can pretty much assume the way things were going, it's going to be the same adventures from starting over the little girl. I mean, it was Andy growing up, and it was them accepting to let Andy, because the whole time in the movie they're trying to get Andy back, and then they finally accept that Andy is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a wonderful ending.
I mean, where could you go from here? Is the thing.
Yeah.
There's no real place you could go besides doing soft reboot.
I mean, and I mean, it's like adding a fifth season. I mean, you don't need it. I mean, it was perfectly the way it was before.
Yeah, and I don't know, Chris. Are you a big fan of the Toy Story movies?
Oh, I grew up watching them.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
God.
what are your thoughts on this fourth movie?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I kind of have the same sort of feeling that y'all do. It's just like, the third one was such a sort of like good ending to the series. So, I mean, I really don't know if the fourth one is necessary.
Oh, it's
or if
not.
it's going to be good.
No. See, also, this is probably one of the first Toy Story movies that John Lasseter's not involved in, because if you don't know, John Lasseter left Pixar for some reasons that you can just Google. But I don't know. He was like really the heart and soul of those movies. And I don't know. I'm very disappointed in. Well, I couldn't be more disappointed in Pixar's after, like Cars 2 or anything like that. But I mean, Pixar is known for their quality animated films. Everyone else kind of makes, schlock every now and then. But they were always known for making the thought-provoking, really interesting, compelling films, even for adults. But now they've reduced to like, well, we gotta bring up the stuff that people recognize. So that means dragging up Monsters Inc., dragging up Finding Nemo, now dragging up Toy Story. And you can only make this worse. But that's just my opinion. I think I'm done talking about this. You guys, anything else to add?
Ratatouille 2.
I'd want to see that more than this.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about it, I just thought about this. They might be dragging up Toy Story again because of the soon-to-be-released Kingdom Hearts 3.
I was thinking that.
Does feature a Toy Story world.
I doubt that a video game coming out from a series that no one's really played in a long time. I doubt that's going to
really?
the release.
Really?
Of
Oh, yeah, I think that. Well, I mean, Kingdom Hearts aside, I get what you're trying to mean there. I feel like nobody. This is just a little side note. I feel like nobody would want to play in the little girl's house that we don't know anything about. We want to play in Andy's house, but that's beyond the point.
Well, I think they're sort of trying to piggyback on that hype
Probably so. I don't know. I think it's just they're smelling the money and they're following it. But anyway, speaking about smelling money and following it, Pikachu,
another unnecessary movie.
yeah, Detective Pikachu has become a movie, and so we talked a little bit about the voice actor that actually got cast as Pikachu. I think we have a clip of it right here. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Can we play the clip real quick?
Yeah, I wasn't
the
feeling
voice
it
actor?
either.
Whoever you are, I know how to use this.
I'm animated. I'm a throwback. I'm here. I'm an explorer. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Did you just talk?
Do you understand that?
I am happy that Alex Jones is getting work after he got banned from Twitter, though. Can we just acknowledge that?
The man needs an income.
The man needs an income. I mean, it's kind of a bizarre thing to do. But for real, Ryan Reynolds is cast as Pikachu's voice, which is a really interesting choice because the only thing we've ever heard Pikachu say was Pikachu.
See, the way I'm feeling it, I think the only reason he's doing this film is to give him something to parody in the Deadpool 3.
See, I don't see that. I think that definitely probably will happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like that Ryan Reynolds is just so popular now. Everyone loves him, and he has such a sarcastic manner about him.
It is hard to see this trailer without thinking this is a rated R film.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Well, a lot of people were like, "Oh, we saw this trailer, but all we heard was Deadpool's trapped in Pikachu's body." That's all they heard.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's overdubbed Deadpool's dialogue on top of Pikachu.
No problem.
But what do you think of the concept in and of itself? Detective Pikachu solving mysteries with this human man?
Was there not too long ago about a film about a computer? Well, when I say computer, about a detective film.
Yeah, you got to be politically correct with that now.
Okay,
Computer American.
Okay, okay. When I say Computer America, I was going to say more like a non-human detective assistant in a film. I think it was not too long ago called the Happy Land Murders. Wasn't that correct?
The Happy Time Murders.
Happy Time
That
Murders.
terrible movie with the puppets.
Yeah, I believe that was another non-detective buddy cop film.
Yeah. See, the thing with this is that you got to really follow the formula. With this, you got to have the beats that are typical on these kind of movies, except you just do them in all these different worlds. That can work, but does anyone really want to see, like, I don't see people, like, breaking down the doors, like, we got to have a Detective Pikachu movie, you know?
It's like, I don't know, to me it looks like a really long college humor trailer.
I don't see that.
Yeah,
I feel like
I feel like it's a parody. I mean, I watch it. It feels like it's a parody film, like a parody, like somebody throwing YouTube. I'm not lying. That's what this trailer looks like.
Well, this movie's marketed to guys our age that grew up with Pokemon and that are gonna munch on popcorn and say, "Oh, that's Charizard. I know who that is."
It's rated R too.
And then they clap when their favorite Pokemon comes up. Let me tell you something right now. Pokemon is a series. They're specifically to sell you a toy. It's not made for artistic purposes. This was made so it could sell you a toy. And that's not like me making this up. This really is like an actual fact. Like the toy company made a television show to sell more toys. But now it's kind of a weird thing because guys like us, we grew up on this television show that was made to sell toys, and now it's become more of an art thing than toys. You know, because people want to actually see good stories with these things because we grew up with it, which is kind of an interesting way how that worked. But
what a good story! Just do the story of red or blue.
Well,
you know.
Well, first of all, those stories have already been done, plenty like long ago, a couple of times I believe. Yeah. But like in terms of this movie, I'm not interested in the story of the movie itself. I'm more interested in how they built the world around the story, because the world they've built is sort of like a modern day, like sort of our day world, but just with Pokemon ingrained into it.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting, and it's going to totally be glossed over.
Yeah, but I'm still sort of interested to see how they just build that world, and so yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's Zootopia bright, and it's put together. Yeah, you're
kind of right. Yeah. But it'll hit. You know, all those beats that I talked about before, it'll be fine, I guess. I don't think it's going to be like a train wreck or anything. And granted, you can't really judge a movie after the first trailer. But it'll make $1 billion, something like that, and they'll make an unnecessary sequel. But, yeah, I've never been too into Pokemon, and probably not going to be into it now. But good luck to you. Anyway, speaking about not too into it, James Cameron made a movie producing it. That is, Robert Rodriguez directed
Okay,
this.
that's really scary. You said Robert Rodriguez on it. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
Yeah, and I swear, I did not bring it, but I was going to bring like a little shock collar right here. Anytime you mentioned James Cameron raised the bar, it was going to go off. So that's your goal through this. We mentioned James Cameron right now. I don't want you to make a raise the bar joke the whole episode, okay?
Oh, my
Can we do
gosh.
that? And you've never done it.
Well, if I do it, it'll be raising the bar, man.
You're darn right. So, Alita Battle Angel just came out with a trailer, and this is the Robert Rodriguez directed movie. And when I saw it, I thought, wow, this looks like a Robert Rodriguez directed movie. And by that, it's 98% CGI, and is most likely going to have a very standard setup as far as screenplay and action goes, you know, and it'll probably be completely panned by critics.
Most likely.
But I think this is based on like an anime, right?
Sorta.
Well, what do you mean, sort of?
Well, it was more based off the manga that the anime was based off.
Okay, well, everything is that like that. You know, you can go back to anything.
But they changed it, all this based on the English version of it.
Okay, well, I imagine they're going to totally, you know, try to streamline it into standard movie formula, and the whole thing's done against the green screen, and who cares? But overall, what did you think about the trailer?
Oh, it looked pretty neat. It doesn't quite look like it did in the original.
Okay.
Because the original, like, she was kind of had some plain-looking cyborg gear. But I don't know how they're going to do this, because this is not really like a drag-out film. It's kind of like slow.
Yeah, and I don't think Robert Rodriguez does slow. He does quick, fast action scene, you know, with cool effects.
With some Spanish thrown in there.
Yeah, like with some Spanish flair, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, and if you don't know who Robert Rodriguez is, he's the guy that directed the movies like Sin City. He also directed Machete Kills and Spy Kids, which I actually like the first Spy Kids movie. It's a really good movie.
The first one.
The first one's great. The other two are garbage. Yeah. But this one, I'm really curious because I'm not too big on what he's been doing lately. And Robert Rodriguez is really big proponent of like kind of do it yourself, kind of figure out things, and kind of he made a book called Rebel Without a Crew. And it was about how he made his first movie, El Mariachi, all by himself. So he was kind of a big proponent of that, and he kind of broke down some barriers as far as that went. His first few movies have that kind of energy about it. But now it's just kind of like, it's kind of leaned to like, let's just go against the green screen and shoot for a whole week, and that's our movie. But this one's got James Cameron behind it. Well, how do you think that's going to affect the story?
Probably by high production value.
Okay, well, do you think James Cameron's going to have like input as far as kind of like the...
I want to say it so bad.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, I want to say it. It's probably going to have some good scenes in it. That's probably going to say probably high production values. It's going to probably have some really good special effects when it gets down to like the not like practical, probably CGI, because I doubt this is even finished yet.
Hey, no, it's probably still rendering on the computer as we speak.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. I mean, this is not really my kind of cup of tea. But maybe this will be the comeback for Robert Rodriguez, because he hasn't really put out anything of, like I said, of super good quality lately.
Dusk Till Dawn, the series.
I would actually watch that. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? I can smell a bad Rotten Tomatoes score about it. And also, I think...
I don't say a bad one. I'm probably going to give about it's probably going to be 60 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know. I can just feel like a 22%.
From the trailer, the action and everything, those look good. But like, I haven't heard of it. But Tyler was saying it was based on like a manga.
Or
anime. That means the story's probably not going to be great.
Good. No, it's going to be trying to convince down to an hour and a half.
And a lot of these scenes were like straight from it, because it looks like a two cut and paste, like
it's a
the
trailer
Watchmen,
though.
Like Watchmen.
Yeah, it's a trailer. Like they want to put all the things people recognize because people can go see the movie. They're basically tricking you to go see the movie.
I mean, if anything, the action looks good.
Yeah, and the people going to see this movie aren't looking for a great story. They want to see Alita kick some robot butt, I guess, and that's all they really care about. So, speaking about nothing but action and nothing people care about, Alien Covenant is probably going to have a sequel, and if the sequel does happen, it's most likely going to be completely about these guys, the engineers from the Prometheus universe. So, I heard this news earlier this week. It's not confirmed completely if the sequel or prequel is going to happen, but it's been said that like if it is, this is what we would get. I don't know. And in case you've never seen it, the engineers are like these alien creatures that supposedly created.
Space jockeys.
Yeah, they're created human life in the Prometheus universe, and throughout that whole series, they've had their, and kind of whole thing is like, in the movie they sent Jesus and the humans killed Jesus, and that was kind of like, when the humans went to go see them on their planet, they weren't too happy. Now they want to exterminate them all. So, and in Alien Covenant, spoiler alert, Michael Fassbender killed all of them. So it would have to be a prequel. I don't know. What do you think about this, Tyler? Do you want to see a movie about the engineers?
Okay. If I won't say it's just like the first Alien movie, and the first Alien movie was an alright film. Aliens 2 was really kicks up in high gear, but of course that was James Cameron. No, I can't say it again, but like
he subverted your expectations.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
Like
Rian Johnson, but good.
Yeah, I mean, the first one wasn't bad, but I just felt like this is. Everyone's used to Aliens rather than Alien, and I felt like this whole thing's based off of Alien. I want to see more of an Aliens film rather than an Alien.
Okay, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, sort of. But the big thing about this is I'm not big on the movie Prometheus. I think it had a lot of interesting concepts, and part of the interesting concept was the engineers. I thought it had a lot of really heady, cool things. Problem is, Ridley Scott's kind of a kook, and he's kind of got a little bit crazier as he's grown up in years. He's a great director, but if you've ever seen Alien Covenant, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of gone all over the place, and he's kind of insane.
It's a parody of himself.
Yeah, basically. So, but the engineers to me are really interesting because that whole society that was kind of teased in Alien Covenant really caught my attention because, like, well, how do they live? Like, how different are they? That kind of whole thing interested me. I don't know if I'd want to see a whole movie about it though. I would kind of want to see like how they live and kind of like their lifestyle because it felt like such a waste for Alien Covenant to just like kill them off, all of them, and not have a single one left because we really don't know too much about them. And granted, knowing too much about them might kind of ruin it. They might have like, desk jobs and like, we follow a guy and the movie's just sucky, boring. And it's like, oh, is that really what it is? And it kind of ruins the imagination.
He's a loose cannon cop on the edge.
Oh, gosh. And that would suck. But I don't know. I would probably, remember the shorts they did for Alien Covenant before they came out? I would be interested in seeing one about the engineers, a little short about that. That would have been cool with me. I think that's all it really needs. I don't know if this movie gets made. I'd still be really interested because maybe it'll track in a different place. Just don't let Ridley Scott direct it.
Or they can make like it's a comedy film where it's about it's like three aliens together in an apartment. What's going to happen next?
I imagine if they did it, it would be more like it would kind of look like classic Roman time kind of thing up there. It's the kind of feeling I got from it, as long as it doesn't get bored down and like boring political dialogue. But I don't know. What do you guys think about this? You can leave a comment on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Studio67NCC. Love to hear what you guys have to say about this and all the other topics.
Predator versus Engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah.
I'm saying it because they created them. It came out of one of them. It's like,
No, Predator.
Oh, Predator. Oh, shoot. No, it's Alien. Yeah, the Engineer still. Guys, thank you so much for watching. When we come back, we got a fun segment. Stay with us.
When it comes to culinary arts, Nash Community College is here to turn your burning passion for food into a career. Our chefs, with over 70 years of highly qualified industry experience, are here to point you in the right direction, teaching and handing down classical culinary techniques that will improve your skills and help you cut your way into the food industry. Gain invaluable experience, vital to cooking and preparing delicious food, served in a personal and creative environment. To learn more about the Culinary Arts program, visit nashcc.edu.
The Nash Community College Betsy B. Curran Child Development Center provides superior early education for children ages 6 weeks to 5 years. The 5-Star Center is a model training program for college students serving as teacher assistants. Classrooms are staffed with teachers who earn degrees in child development, early childhood education, or a related field, and assistants hold the North Carolina Early Childhood Credential. As the only Shape and See demonstration site within a 5-county region, healthy menus, interactive play, and extended outdoor learning are among the offerings that set NCC apart from other centers. Plus, parents can track their child and receive real-time updates through our mobile app called Hi Mama. For more information or to schedule a tour, call 252-451-8495 or visit www.nashcc.edu/CDC.
How about this? Predator versus the state of Ohio.
Predator versus, I give Ohio.
Well, I mean, drunk driving charges are no laughing matter. But guys, how you guys doing? I'm Isaac Anderson.
I'm Tyler.
Welcome back to Big Bang Cinema, guys. So, this week on Quick Flicks, we are reviewing Overlord. This is a movie that involves Nazis and zombies, and they become one. So, we thought it might be fun to talk about some of our favorite zombie movies that have come out in recent years. And there's a lot to choose from, but first off, before we get into it, Tyler, to you, what makes a good zombie movie?
As long as it doesn't fit the cookie cutter like most zombie films do.
What do you mean by cookie cutter?
It's like, it's the end of the world, I got bit, oh my gosh, shoot him. Oh, we're so scared, let's go hide somewhere, and then we'll stay there for a while. So, yeah, I just felt like you've seen one zombie film, you've seen most of all of them.
Yeah, dang. You're kind of right, but I mean, that trope did start from somewhere, and it was the first few zombie movies. To me, what makes a good zombie movie is you have to be actually scared of the zombies. They have to actually strike fear in the people watching it. And you also have to feel for your characters that you're following.
And please don't make it like Walking Dead where the zombies are just a side character.
Well, yeah, there's no development going on in that show anyway. But to me, that's what it is. Chris, do you have any opinions of what makes a good zombie movie? I know we talked a little bit about how you haven't seen a zombie movie, but how do you think it would go?
I mean, same sort of thing that Tyler was saying, was just like not being sort of by the book thing. So it's not just like just having something special about it, because like the whole premise behind zombies is a very like overdone sort of thing that's been done in many forms of media. And so it's like having something special about it can always make a zombie whatever. Because I'm thinking like zombie games, zombie shows.
Exactly.
Zombie movies.
I'm so sick of the zombie tropes right now. It's so crazy. But there are some really good ones that have kind of, did Rian Johnson, they subverted my expectations.
Yeah, I mean, but he's right about it. It is overdone. It's absolutely overdone.
It's absolutely overdone. And I think the zombie trend kind of ended like
2007.
Kind of 2007, 2008. It kind of got revitalized with The Walking Dead. When that came out, then it died off quickly there. But right now, zombie movies are kind of dead. But and spoiler alert, we liked Overlord a lot. So they're kind of coming back. I hope they don't come back completely. But our favorite zombie movies, we decided to pick two kind of similar vein zombie movies. They're not your typical zombie movies. They take the genre and they twist it in a certain way that's a lot different, but still successful. So, Tyler, what did you choose?
High School of the Dead. No, I'm joking. When I look at him, I know he got that one. No,
you freaked Chris out.
We wouldn't be able to show that.
Yeah, we won't be able to show that. Well, actually, what I got was it was a really first big turn for a zombie film, which kind of proved that a zombie film doesn't have to follow the regular zombie narrative, and that was the cult favorite was Zombieland.
Okay.
So I mean, you got a lot of action, but it turns into a kooky, dark humor film. Man, you got your well, I'm going to say you got Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's Woody Harrelson in it.
Yeah.
And you got Eisenberg was Eisenberg. They pretty much played themselves in the film, but I mean, it was pretty hilarious. There was a lot of funny tropes, and it kind of felt like, even though it's the end of the world, I mean, there's no sense in not having any fun.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I really like this movie, and there's it kind of flips some of those tropes that you see so many times on its head, and it's not like an annoying way,
And my favorite was he kind of gives a realistic detail of zombies did happen, what would happen.
Yeah,
I like that.
But still, like it's an enjoyable, fun watch. Like what was kind of the big standout to this movie? What was your favorite part?
One of my favorite parts is probably when they start talking about how the end came. He's giving all the details. He's got his whole survival list going on. I mean, it was kind of like he was pretty much naming zombie tropes and how to avoid them, like double tap. You always shoot them again, make sure they're in the head, kill them twice. I love that. It was hilarious. It got to where he wasn't following his own rules.
Oh yeah. At the very end, he stops following the rules, and that's when he actually becomes successful.
Yeah, it does. I mean, but yeah, it kept him alive this far, but he really wasn't alive.
Yeah, and it's kind of actually had a nice little arc in there.
Yeah, I mean, he was alive, but he really wasn't living.
Yeah, dang. Did you write that?
I did.
Oh, right. That's never been done before. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And also Bill Murray gets shot in the movie.
Okay, like I said, that's the best part of it. That's
my
hilarious. That was hilarious.
Okay.
And my favorite. Do you have any regrets?
Garfield, maybe.
Garfield, he dies. I was like, oh my gosh.
So mine is kind of similar to yours in the sense that it kind of flips the genre a little bit differently. I think this one came before Zombieland did. This kind of influenced Zombieland, probably helped get it made. This movie, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is a movie directed by Mr. Edgar Wright, and it's also written by him. Edgar Wright is a big movie fan in general. He loves all these different horror movies. He loves cinema just all around. And he decided to get his buddies Nick Frost and Simon Pegg to basically do, what if this everyday kind of schlub that's kind of down on his luck went through the zombie apocalypse and had to survive through that. And it's just so perfect. And also, it's created one of the easiest costumes for people to wear at Halloween. It's just like a white T-shirt and a name tag and a tie. That's it. But Simon Pegg is really the kind of big standout guy to me here. He's so great in that role of Shaun. It's so wonderful the way he acts. Like, he just does not want to do anything. He doesn't want to kill any of the zombies. He just wants to, just go through his life. He doesn't want to do anything.
Go to the pub and get a drink.
Yeah, well, his buddy does. Nick Frost wants to go to the pub and get a drink.
Yeah, that's the whole quest.
But yeah, this one is straight up really funny, but it also treats the subject matter very, very seriously. There's times where you laugh, and there's times where you're actually kind of scared for the characters. And it's that really nice balance that so many people tried to rip off after this. And to me, it's kind of a shame. This is such a unique and fresh take on this genre. It's kind of a shame that it keeps getting ripped off like this, because there was tons of movies back then that tried to rip off that kind of style. But yeah, Edgar Wright really definitely is the heart of this movie and why it was so great. And he used all those tropes in a certain way to kind of give us a different feeling than what we're used to.
But yeah, it was a zombie film, but it was more of a satire of modern life.
Yeah, and it had an actual serious message to it. It just wasn't like, can you believe these zombies are going out here? Wow, kooky madness. Can you believe what's going on? Can you believe he shot that zombie? They're zombies. And wasn't that, because I think that sucks, it actually treated it, fairly seriously.
But one of my the one scene that really stood out for me this whole film was after the zombie apocalypse came, and he pretty much goes about his daily routine and doesn't notice anything's wrong.
Oh yeah, doesn't that say something about how we act as people? I thought that was really interesting. There's so many things we could talk about all day, but we actually got to end the show pretty soon, guys. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the show today, you can leave a comment at facebook.com/Studio67NCC. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Tyler would love to hear what you guys have to say. Chris would love to hear what you have to say. Hunter, we don't know where he is. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Next week, we're going to be reviewing Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
And where to find it.
And where to find it. And at your local cinema, I guess. Yeah. But guys, thanks so much. And also, Quick Flicks tomorrow, we're going to be reviewing Overlord. It's reviewing, is what I'm saying.
My favorite anime.
What?
Oh wait, right. I got that mixed up.
Okay.
Overlord, the series, right?
I don't keep it. There's 50,000 animes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. My name's Isaac Anderson.
I'm Tyler.
Oh, you're late. You're late.
And I'm Chris.
Thank you. You missed the beat at the beginning of the show. You missed it at the end. Okay. Stay lovely, guys. I'll see you next week.